So it's always been the belly button placement for me. I just feel like I've definitely seen that somewhere before. So basically, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but it's all of Hollywood. So we're going to go over the belly button situation today. I don't know if you're aware of this, but that's a man in a Speedo. And that's the location of my belly button currently. And then there, and see the distance between like my belly button and, where the babies would go out of. And so it's just much different than that distance there. It's like, it's very fucking obvious that it's literally all of Hollywood. Seems like, Holly is a girl. I think wood is an eggplant situation. That's the clavicle of a male. Women's collarbones do not do that. Okay, so if I'm holding something, I can make them pop out if I'm doing something like this or whatever, but they're gonna go down like that, and it's gonna be a task. Okay, also my breasts, I don't wear a bra, I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but my breasts I'm 48, she's 28. I had 4 children, and I got my breasts done when I was 21. So, and then I had 4 children. And yes, I've had them replaced, but don't you think all the money that they have, that they would not have their boobs? It's more of like an estrogen look where we're gonna transfer fat and stuff, and then we're not gonna have the same build that women actually have. So at 28, our boobs should definitely not be down there, okay? I also do not work out. I don't know if you knew that. Again, it's all of Hollywood. Okay, so once again, this is just really the ratio of a male, okay? And then it seems like, what's that? I think this one actually tried to even have that one moved. It didn't work out all that well.
I'm a tranny. I'm a man. You do not look in the mirror and not think you're beautiful. I'm a man. What is your obsession of the year?
I mean, we could probably ignore the fact that, the belly button situation is going to be much the same here. And then also, I don't know if you noticed this, but the transgender flag colored swimming suit and then the ties. Okay, those are the trans flag, and that's the tie, actual flag on the tie.
Dresses. Everyone thought I was a little boy because I wore Jordan and all these different types of athletic clothes, and I was just a baller completely. My mom hated combing my hair because it was so knotty and my hair is super long and I didn't want it combed, and so we ended up cutting it like Bam Bam, just like straight across, bowl haircut. Even when we went to the grocery store, the people would be like, "Hey Sonny, you gotta take those groceries out for your mom," and I was like, yes. I think I always had that girly girl hidden within me. After being such a tomboy and experiencing that my whole life, it was like, oh, I can curl my hair, I can put on the mascara.
And then I'm like, I tested my IQ and it is 131, but that's not a woman and it's never been a woman. Do you guys feel like maybe there was some LSD in your baby formula and then maybe in the water? Because until I got off of all medication and started eating gummies from Alta.online, my code is FEDMINDY100. You could just break them up and nibble them up and just put them into your body because it opens your neural pathways. It's not the same as a dispensary, okay? So a dispensary is different. The farm bill, a farmer is going to cultivate it and make it for you, and it's going to be safe, and I'll back it, okay? I'm also running a promotions business. I'm clocking about 100 million views a month on all Instagram platforms. So, and I do have a very high IQ. I like to put that in there, but I'm just pretty smart. It doesn't even matter about your IQ, I don't think. So that's a man. And then if you want me to run promotions for your business, I'm just going to drop in commercials of my own like this right here, okay? The Freemasons and Jesuits worship a physical depiction of Satan known as the transgender transhuman Baphomet deity or demon having both male penis and female breast genitalia while being part satanic goat. So in my opinion, they're going to take the DNA from the goat or whatever animal they are worshiping that century. It's been a dog, it's been a cat. I don't know for sure all of the animals, but you go back through history and just kind of see what these people have worshipped over time. And I do believe that then they put it in IVF dishes and then they make you an IVF baby, okay? So this is why they are the true accredited founders of transgenderism, LGBTQ, and transhumanism, GMO, human hybrids, merged with AI, other species, nanotechnology, and or robotics. For example, a common Illuminati initiation ritual in honor of the Baphomet deity is to sacrifice the firstborn child and raise them opposite of genitalia. So what you're seeing in Hollywood is no matter how hard it is for you to see it, they're pumping them full of the opposite gender hormones. They call themselves androgynous humans, and they possess both female and male parts, okay? So the purpose of this is the transhuman agenda is designed to confuse and blur the two genders of society, feminizing men and masculinizing women, encouraging bisexuality, homosexuality, and pedophilia. However you say that fucking dumbass word, sounds a lot like a pediatrician. I don't think you should be taking your kids to the doctor. Did you know that they get $190 million off of one baby's foreskin? Did you know that letting them circumcise your child is a satanic ritual? Okay, so this is my opinion. Where do I have freedom of speech? Do you think I give a fuck about a community guideline violation? Which, by the way, we should probably go over that. Get community guideline violations without one view, okay? So the feds literally watch me, and then my video will upload. You're not gonna see it. If it gets violated, this is how they do me, okay? So basically, you could go look at my TikTok pages. There's a lot of them. If this is how you determine what's true and what's not true, adult nudity and sexual activity, hateful behavior, because I was showing you graphic pictures of how they do OnlyFans and stuff like that, their surgeries. So they don't like it when I show you guys that. It's available online. You could just look up male to female or female to male transgender surgeries, available at Baylor University, okay? So.
Well, needless to say, sold my soul. Sometimes they don't want to, and they're, Gaga, we can't get, the frequency's weird, and, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna, I get a little bit mad.
Why is your hand over your eye?
Because I'm a devil worshiper, what are you talking about? All right, well, I have tickets to see the devil worshiper.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
Shout out to mass manipulations. So now's as good a time as any to let you know that that's also a male back here, and this is definitely a male. And then that's what Demi Moore looks like today, So for me, it's very easy to see that that is a male that has gone through a lot of hormone treatments. Her skin is very thin. I mean, yes, she's 60 years old. That's the clavicle of the male. But you could just see that everything that you guys think you're seeing is AI and Photoshop. And this is happening. Look at all the surgeries she's had. Don't even look like her. I mean, what the fuck? This is a great show, by the way. So I want you to stop and think about something before I show you the video of how they transgender babies into this. So it's not that I'm trying to tell you that they woke up and wanted to change their gender. Bruce Jenner is saying, I am a woman, because he wanted to go back to his original chromosome, okay? So basically, the trans community turned on him. And if you ask me, okay, and this is just a scenario, I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's Free Martins and Freemasons. Now, Martin Rothschild's wife allegedly survived the Titanic, okay? And on the Titanic, there's just so many conspiracies, but I just want to get to the point. If Mrs. Rothschild was the one that survived and her husband was unalived in the Titanic Ocean, she got off the boat, she would have had to remarry or have children with a fucking Pomeranian. So her name would have no longer been Rothschild. She would have remarried, and those children wouldn't be Rothschild children. So in my version of history, I believe that Martin Rothschild is a shim, okay? And I believe that maybe he got off the boat and did all of this. I don't know, because Free Martin, Freemason, Titanic, Satanic, they based time on 9/11. Jesuits, I believe, is Jesus. Okay, why can't they say God, but they can say Jesus? And Jesuits, I just read that to you. These are all, let me show you, hold on. This is kind of a scenario that I have come up with. At least there's some, the feds are in my phone. They're gonna violate me for this one, I feel it. Oh, these fucking cunts.
Sometimes I think it's easier if we start here. This choice of the elite gender inversion program is not made by the children. Hell no, they're born to transgender families for entertainment purposes only. Did you think that this child was old enough to tell its mom, the ripe age of 2, that it doesn't want children anymore? Do you think the surrogate, while paid upwards of $250,000 to have a baby for people, do you think that they honestly understood that this child was going to go through hormone treatments and surgeries for the rest of its life to be training to be a girl? I can't imagine any mother in America for entertainment purposes only that's strung the fuck out on anything that would see this and heart doesn't break, thinking I sold my soul to the devil for entertainment purposes. And this child will have to tell lies just like Erica Kirk did, because that nail tech is going to say that was a boy its whole life. I did its nails and that was a boy, and they trained it to be a